Welcome to Roseburg's Legion Field, home of the Dr. Stewarts and the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Coverage of this tournament game is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. Let's head to the field.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Legion Field, the host site for the 2018 AAA American Legion Oregon State Tournament, deciding a baseball state champion here in the summer of 2018. We are down to day 4. 4 teams left in the tournament. One more, at least one more, will get eliminated here today, possibly 2 by the time things are said and done. But we get things started out today with an elimination game, a loser out between Mid-Valley and Dallas Post 20. Both these teams hoping to advance on to the championship Wednesday and be a part of the action there, take on Medford to try and win a state title. Right now, everybody trying to catch up with the Medford Mustangs after they win last night against the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags. Joey Kieran here with you today on 541radio.com. We'll welcome you into today's broadcast between the SouthPaws of Mid-Valley and the Dirtbags of Dallas Post 20. You're watching coverage of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups for today's matchup between the SouthPaws and the Dirtbags. The SouthPaws will be the designated visiting team. They come out wearing their red tops, the navy caps with the red bills, gray trousers, the navy numbers on the back outlined in white for the SouthPaws. Head coach Troy Babbitt will lead out with Caleb Beach, the shortstop, starting at the top of his lineup, followed by second baseman Cade Perizzo. Taylor Holder, the left fielder, bats third, followed by Connor Spivak, that is, the DH, batting for starting pitcher Evan Cyrus. Adam Rapay is the third baseman. He bats fifth, followed by Kevin Crowell in right field. The first baseman, Tanner Wright, will hit seventh. The catcher, Bryce Efrenson, in the 8-hole. And rounding out the starting line, playing in center field, is Brendan Bliss. And that is a look at your starting lineup for the Mid-Valley SouthPaws as they now get announced down on the field. They were announced down on the field. Now the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags getting announced. Head coach Scott McDonald. His starting lineup includes Blake Aratola leading things off, playing in center field. The shortstop, Derek Mabin, will bat second, followed by catcher Anthony Zellner. The right fielder, Jackson Holstad, will bat in the cleanup spot, followed by Jacob Mabin, the second baseman. Treve Earhart, the first baseman, hitting in the sixth spot, followed by seven-hitter left fielder Caden Reedhead. Eric Kessler's the DH for the Dirtbags today. He'll bat for starting pitcher Braden Allison in the 8th spot, and rounding out the starting lineup will be third baseman Peter Mendozona. The Dirtbags on the third base side of the field as the designated home team wear their sleeveless gray tops with the black sleeves underneath. The gray trousers with black socks. They've got the orange numbers on the back as we get ready to go for today's ball game. We'll have the national anthem coming up, and the teams will take the field for day 4 out of 5 here at the state tournament from Legion Field in Roseburg. Coverage of the Legion State Tournament is presented by Virginia Everard, building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. Call her today at 541-671-5296 or visit her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. Back after the anthem here on 541radio.com.
We're here until a champion is crowned. Follow every game from the state tournament on 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. And don't worry if you missed a game. Find our broadcasts archived online as well. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians. We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
Back at the ball field as we get ready to go for our first day of the ball game. Only 2 games on the schedule today. It is Mid-Valley and Dallas to start. Then coming up next, it's Corvallis and Medford. That'll be the final game of the day. Medford has clinched their spot in the championship action tomorrow. As we take a look quickly at the bracket here before we get this one started. Yesterday, Mid-Valley surviving and advancing today by winning 3-2 over Hillsboro, knocking the Barbers out of the tournament. Dallas Post 20, though, lost against Medford yesterday. It was a 1-0 final. It was a tight one, a pitcher's duel. Dallas dropping into this loser-out game against Mid-Valley. Medford moving on, now 3-0 in the tournament. That guarantees them a spot on day 5 in the tournament, even if they lose today against Corvallis. Medford, if we finish with 3 teams with 1 loss, Medford would wait to find out who the other 2 one-loss teams, which team makes it out of that, and then Medford would play the other team, the winner of that one-loss matchup on Wednesday in the championship game. Either way, Medford's playing for the state title, no matter which way you look at it. If Medford wins here today, tomorrow, whoever makes it through today to face Medford tomorrow would have to beat the Mustangs twice to claim the state title. Medford looking to win their 5th straight. Corvallis topped Salem 10-2 yesterday to advance to take on Medford. And, of course, again, Dallas losing 1-0 against the Mustangs to fall into this game here against Mid-Valley. So that is a look at yesterday's action. You can find the bracket online there at 541radio.com. As you watch the game, you can check out stats from past games and see the scores from the other games as well, and follow all of what's been going on with the American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Plus, the archive games are there at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. So a lot of ways for you to follow the action with us throughout the state tournament. As we get ready to go, let's take a look around the diamond defensively for the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags. On the mound is Braden Allison getting the start, the right-hander. For the Dirtbags, Allison has pitched 2 innings in the tournament, has not given up a run, only 1 hit so far. So he'll get his 2nd appearance in the state tournament. He throws into Anthony Zellner behind the plate, Treve Earhart at first, Jacob Maben at second, Derek Maben at short, and Peter Mendozona at third. Caden Reedhead, Blake Aratola, and Jackson Holstad are your outfielders from left to right as we sit behind home here at beautiful Legion Field and get ready for first pitch of today's ball game. Dallas Post 20 versus Mid-Valley in a loser-out game, and the first pitch from Dallas's Braden Allison is outside for ball 1. Underway with today's action. Tournament has been whittled down to the top 4 teams. The 1-0 pitch, a fastball that catches the inside corner to take it to a 1-1 count here for Caleb Beach, left-handed batter standing in for Mid-Valley to lead things off. Caleb Beach right now 2 for 5 in the tournament, batting .400 as he takes outside for ball 2. For Beach in the tournament, he scored once, walked once, struck out once. The 1-2. Strike 2 taken on the outside corner. He thought about it, but held off. Our home umpire here today deciding that was strike 2. 2-2 delivery for Allison. Ground ball up the middle, and it gets underneath the glove of a diving Derek Maben at shortstop into center field. And Caleb Beach will pick up his 3rd hit here in the tournament, leading things off in the top of the first with a ground ball up the middle. Aratola comes in to get that one. 1 on, nobody out. As Cade Perizzo will stand in. Perizzo is the 2nd baseman, right-handed batter. Hits with 1 on and nobody out. First pitch is inside, backing him up off the plate for ball 1. Had rosters all over the place here throughout the tournament, trying to track down the one I had for Mid-Valley as a pitch outside. It'll go to a 2-0 count here for Perizzo. Probably have that in my folder of things here. Mid-Valley, the winner of the Area 3 title, 11-4 in Area 3 play, is a swing and a miss out of Parizzo. We'll give him a 2-1 count. Dallas Post 20 finished tied for second with Corvallis, but had the tiebreaker. So these two teams familiar with each other, playing a 3-game series during the regular season. 2-1 pitch, strike 2 taken. 2 balls, 2 strikes now against Parizzo. Here in the tournament, Parizzo 3 for 8 with 3 singles. It's 2-2, ground ball, there's his 4th. Right down the line, he sends it deep into left field. They're going to try and wave Beach around to the plate. The relay throw from the shortstop to the dish. It beat him there, but no, he doesn't get the tag down in time. Mid-Valley takes the early 1-0 lead. Cade Parizzo with his first double of the tournament. A hard ground ball right down the left field line all the way into the corner for Reedhead. He threw in to Derek Mabin, who had a nice relay throw to the plate. It beat the runner, but the throw was opposite side for the catcher and low. He had to scoop it out of the dirt and apply the tag, and he just didn't get it down in time. Very close play. The umpire right there on top of it. And it's a 1-0 lead as Beach scores from first. Out at second base, Parizzo. 1 on, 1 in, and nobody out. Taylor Holder, the left fielder, will bat, and he takes the first pitch for strike 1. RBI double for Parizzo. That is his first RBI, first run driven in. Taylor Holder's been the guy that's been doing most of the damage. 5 RBI in the tournament so far, leading the team. Nobody else with more than 1 until Parizzo just got his second. Actually, excuse me, no, that was his first. As a ball taken for Holder. Yeah, that was Parizzo's first. Nobody else has more than 1 for the Southpaws. Holder has 5, batting in the 3 spot. He takes a strike. A ball and 2 strikes against him. One nothing the lead here early on for Mid-Valley. Against Dallas, the loser done for the year. The winner trying to advance to Championship Wednesday. A 1-2 pitch for Holder. Hits a grounder to third. The throw over to Treve Earhart from Peter Mendozona. Will get Holder for the first out. 1 away, still at second base was Parizzo. He does not try to advance. Watch that ball go to the third baseman, Mendozona, in front of him. With the ball on the ground in front of you, you're told to freeze and watch the play. He did. Nothing happens. He's unable to advance. Spivak will step in next. 1 away, 1 on, 1 in. First pitch to Connor Spivak is a called strike on a breaking ball from Braden Allison. Spivak from Crescent Valley High School, graduating here in 2018. His 0-1 pitch from Allison. Kick and fire in out of the stretch. He gets a strike on the inside corner, and Spivak not happy with the call. Coming into today's ball game, he was 2 for 6 with 2 singles and 2 runs scored, batting .333, but he has struck out twice. Stepping out. No balls, 2 strikes for Allison against Spivak. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Third strikeout of the tournament for Connor Spivak. The DH goes down for out number 2. First strikeout of the game for Allison. And now 2 away with a man out at second. Already up 1-0 for Mid-Valley. They look to add to that lead here with still a man in scoring position. He was there with nobody out. and they haven't been able to bring him in yet. 2 down, and up next is going to be Adam Rapay, playing at third base in this one. He's been a corner infielder. Seems in every game I've watched as he takes strike 1 to begin his at-bat. A 0-1 count coming up here for Rapay. Swing and a miss. Braden Allison, after giving up a single and a double to start off the ball game. A ground out and a strikeout. He has settled in a little bit, looking for a punch out here against Rapay, the 0-2 pitch. Mid-Valley's third baseman batting 0 for 7 and make it 0 for 8 as he swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. And Zellner will throw it down to Earhart to wrap up the top of the first inning. That finishes things out. 2 strikeouts in the frame for Braden Ellison, but he gives up a pair of hits to lead things off. And Mid-Valley's able to capitalize and get a run in. They lead 1-0. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. You're watching coverage of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
In center field, number 8.
We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Find more tournament information like scores, stats, game recaps, and updated schedules online at 541radio.com. Here's a look at the games on today's broadcast schedule. Remember, every game from the state tournament will be broadcast on 541radio.com. Tournament coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
Leading off for Dallas, number 20, center field.
Head to the bottom of the first inning, a 1-0 ball game in favor of the Mid-Valley Southpaws after their first at-bats. We go to the bottom of the first, the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags. Leading things off with Blake Aratola, the center fielder. He'll face off against Evan Cyrus, the right-handed pitcher, firing in. He gets Aratola to chase a high fastball, popped in the air, third base side foul. And it doesn't take long to retire the first batter. Adam Rapay will make the catch in foul territory. Aratola goes down with a flyout in foul territory. 1 away, and Derek Mabin will bat next. Quickly to the second batter. On the mound, Evan Cyrus. We'll get you his defense behind him. Cyrus for Mid-Valley. This is his first outing of the tournament, so he's fresh, ready to go. Misses on the first pitch here for Derek Mabin. Behind the plate is Bryce Ephraimson. Down at first base, Tanner Rice, Cade Perizzo at second, Caleb Beach at short, and Adam Rapay at third. As the pitch inside got him. Cyrus will hit a batter. Derek Mabin. That might have just gotten a bit of the jersey, not a lot. Didn't hit him squarely. Derek Mabin will head on down to first. First time this tournament he has been hit by a pitch. Man on with 1 away. Anthony Zellner, the catcher, batting next. Zellner, 2 for 9 in the tournament with a pair of singles. That one pops out of the glove for Ephraimson. On a pitch high and out to second base goes Mabin into scoring position. The game-tying run. A pass ball on Ephraimson puts a man in scoring position. Taking a look at the outfield From left to right, Taylor Holder, Brendan Bliss, and Kevin Crowell, the starting defense for this Mid-Valley SouthPaws squad here today. The righty on the mound, Evan Cyrus, checking second, fires high and away for ball 2 here. Against the left-handed batting, Anthony Zellner. So Cyrus is not thrown in the tournament. A little surprised by that one. Able to hold him out. Fouled off a pitch. Zellner will have a 2-1 count. Evan Cyrus from West Albany High School, headed to Lynn Benton Community College, graduating here in 2018. A fairly senior-laden group for this Mid-Valley squad and head coach Troy Babbitt. 13 players on the roster graduating in 2018. A ball in the air for Zellner out to left field. Holder going to catch it. Maben will hold that second. Retires the batter for the second out. Still a 1-0 lead for Mid-Valley. Now 2 down in the bottom of the first. Derek Maben at second as Jackson Holstad will stand in. 2 down, Holstad. Batting .300 on the tournament, .333 to be exact. He is 3 for 9 with 2 singles and a triple. The left-handed batter. Against the right-handed pitcher, Cyrus fires in the first pitch on the outside corner to the lefty for strike 1. Day 4 of the tournament. Coming up at 3 o'clock this afternoon will be Medford and Corvallis. Medford trying to knock Corvallis out of the postseason. 0-1 delivery for Cyrus. Winds and fires. Check swing, foul ball. Strike 2. The cleanup hitter, Holstad, finds himself in a quick hole. Holstad will take his moment out of the box. Resetting for the 0-2 pitch. Trying to keep something going for Dallas here in the bottom of the first. They did not score a run yesterday. As a pitch high for ball 1. Against Medford and Ethan Whitney, Dallas was unable to score a run at all in that matchup. They out-hit Medford, but the Mustangs took advantage of 5 walks from starting pitcher Caleb Cantola, and a bases-loaded walk scored the only run of that game. The 1-2, low. Fans wanted strike 3. It almost even looked as if Jackson Holstad thought it was going to be strike 3. He watched the ball go by and then gave a real hard look to the umpire to find out what his fate was going to be. And the ump says, no, it's low. We'll continue on the at-bat. 2-2 count. On the mound, Cyrus, the 2-2 pitch. Curveball in the air out to right field. Going back, Kevin Crowell at the fence. Watching this one into the trees. A 2-run homer for Jackson Holstad. His first of the tournament. And just like that, one swing of the bat, and Dallas now leading 2-1 on top of Mid-Valley. A 2-run, 2-out shot for Jackson Holstad. And the fans behind the plate, I think, yelling at the umpire. That's 2 unearned runs. They thought that had been strike 3, the previous pitch before the home run. First pitch now to Jacob Maben, low and outside for ball 1. So Holstad clearing the bases, driving in Derek Maben from second. 2-1 the score now in favor of the Dirtbags. Pitch high. A 2-0 count now for Jacob Maben. He has made some spectacular plays at second base throughout the tournament. He comes in 4 for 11, batting .364. He has a double to his credit as he puts one out towards the alley in right center. Tracking it down, Brendan Bliss who has also had some very stellar defensive plays in the tournament. He's able to make the adjustment to get to that one in time. A running catch in the alley in right center. That'll finish things off in the first. But 2 runs come in on 1 hit. There were no errors for Mid-Valley, and nobody left on base for the Dirtbags. After 1 inning of play, it's 2-1. Dallas in front of Mid-Valley. You're watching coverage of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com.
You're watching coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Broadcast coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley, building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. Call her at 541-671-5296 or visit her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians.
Top of the second inning. Elimination game between Dallas and Mid-Valley. First pitch to Kevin Crowell, a bunt, first base side, and he gets to the bag safely. Crowell on the first pitch will pick up a single. He bunts it down the first base side. Treve Earhart came in to get it. It was a foot race to the bag and diving away from the tag, but using his hands to just reach out and grab the bag. Crowell able to get underneath the tag and in safely at first. A leadoff single on a bunt for Kevin Crowell. And now the Southpaws have the game-tying run on on base as Tanner Rice will dig in. Rice fouls off the first pitch. The left-handed batting first baseman. 0-1 count for him. Kevin Crowell had come in to the contest 2 for 7 with a pair of singles. He has his third single on a bunt. That was a well-placed bunt and a very timely dive to the bag. Tanner Rice is 0-1. He squared the bunt, but he pulls back to take for ball 1. One on and nobody away. Tanner Rice. This looks like this is his first at-bat of the postseason. Runner going, he swings and misses. Throw down to second. Got him. Crowell caught stealing at second base. Tag applied by Derek Maven. Zellner with the throw to second for the out. 1 away, a 1-2 count at the plate on a swing and a miss by Tanner Rice. Allison's 1-2 pitch outside for a 2-2 count. Braden Allison getting some help from his defense there. One away, nobody on, 2-2 here for Rice. Fouls off the pitch to stay alive. Bryce Efferson, the catcher, will be the third hitter due up here in the second inning. A 2-run homer by Jackson Holstad right now giving the Dirtbags a 1-run advantage. Mid-Valley had a run scored on a double by Cade Perizzo. Extra base hits coming into play. This ball in the air out to left field for Rice. In the air, Reedhead tracking it towards the line for the second out. 2 away.
Next, the catcher, number 5.
And coming up will be Efferson with nobody on. And 2 down. Today's game's a little bit different times than what we've seen the last couple of days. They try to get the games in here before the crowd show up for music on the half shell tonight here at Stewart Park. First pitch to Ephraimson, high for ball 1. Bryce Ephraimson, the catcher. 0 for 4 in the tournament. So looking to get his postseason started in a meaningful way as he takes high and inside for a 2-0 count. Ephraimson has played in 2 of the 3 games so far. He's struck out twice, has not walked. His 0-2 pitch, takes for strike 1. Excuse me, it was his 2-0 pitch. He takes for strike 1. Makes it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. 8-hitter in the lineup up against Braden Allison. The 2-1 outside. Count will go 3-1 against the catcher. Braden Allison from West Salem High School will be back next year for his senior year. His 3-1 pitch, low for ball 4. First walk issued for Braden Allison. It's the first time that Bryce Ephraimson has drawn a walk in the tournament. Gets on with 2 away. The 9-hitter Brendan Bliss will step in. Brendan Bliss has played in all 3 games. He is still looking for his first hit. 0 for 8 in the tournament. He has scored a run, reaching base twice on walks. He has 6 strikeouts as he takes the first pitch in the dirt, and it gets away from Zellner. Anthony Zellner, the catcher, had to chase it down, the wild pitch, allowing Ephraimson to move up to second base. Wild pitch puts a man in scoring position. Timely moment here for Brendan Bliss to try and get his first hit of the state tournament. It would be of the postseason. Mid-Valley an automatic bid as a league champion here to the state tournament. Meanwhile, post 20 was a super regional winner. Feels like that's been ages ago now. And trying to find my notes to remember who they played. Sure, I've got that somewhere here. The Dirtbags leading 2-1. A ball in the air out towards the alley here on the run. Brendan Bliss does come up with his first hit. He'll tie the ball game. Drives one to the warning track. He's going for 3, and he's in safely. Brendan Bliss, his first hit of the postseason, drives in the game-tying run on a triple. Out of the reach of Blake Aratola in right center. Well, I meant what I said. It was a perfect moment for Bliss to break his hitless streak in a very meaningful moment. And he does just that. Drives in the game-tying run. 2-2 is our ball game. Man at third with 2 outs. All of this coming with 2 away here in the second against Braden Allison. First pitch swinging for the leadoff man, Caleb Beach, down the line at third. And the throw from Mendozona to Earhart in time for the final out. Final out recorded, but 1 batter too late. A RBI triple from Brendan Bliss scores a run, and it's tied up at 2 apiece. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors for the Dirtbags, and 1 man left on base for the SouthPaws. We go to the bottom of the second inning. You're watching coverage of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
We're here until a champion is crowned. Follow every game from the state tournament on 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. And don't worry if you missed a game. Find our broadcasts archived online as well. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians. We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
Bottom of the second inning. It's a 2-2 ball game. Mid-Valley has scored in the first and the second. 2 runs in the first inning for Dallas as they get their second at-bats of the ball game. Bottom half of their lineup, Treve Earhart leading things off. Takes the first pitch from Evan Cyrus in the dirt. State tournament coverage is sponsored by Tim's Appliance Outlet Store. They've got carloads of near-perfect refrigerators up to 70% off MSRP with full factory warranties. Treve Earhart will take for ball 2 from Evan Cyrus. Earhart is 2 for 7 on the tourney. 2 RBI for him. Hitting to lead things off, though, here in the second inning. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Earhart from Dallas High School, class of 2018. The 2-1 hits a grounder to the third, picked up by Rapay. His sidearm throw across the diamond is into the glove for Tanner Rice. Retiring the first batter here in the bottom of the second. Caden Reedhead will stand in. Left-handed batter. Reedhead from West Salem. He's a youngster, just wrapping up his sophomore year in the spring. He'll be headed back as a junior coming up in the fall. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. You can raise your hand. For all of you watching at home or wherever you may be, raise your hand and let me know, are you ready for the fall for the kids to go back to school yet? Maybe some of the parents are. As a broadcaster, I'm not ready for football season yet. Baseball season still going. There's a pitch in the dirt. And that's going to end up getting Reedhead on the front foot. Another hit by pitch for Evan Cyrus. 2 hit batters in the ball game. Last time it cost him a couple of runs. He put Derek Mabin on with a hit by pitch. And Jackson Holstad later hit a 2-run homer over the right field fence to bring in 2 runs and give the Dirtbags the lead at the time, 2-1. Mid-Valley has since rallied back and tied the ball game up. Squared away at 2-2 here in the bottom of the second. 1 on, 1 out. Reedhead down at first is Eric Kessler, the DH, will get a chance to hit. And he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Eric Kessler from Dallas High School will be a senior next year for the Dragons. Kessler comes in 0 for 2 in the tournament. He's only had 3 plate appearances. Throw over to first base to check on Reedhead, back in safely. Bottom of the second inning here. 0-1 pitch for Cyrus, trying to keep it a tie ball game. Gets a dribbler towards third. Mendozona, excuse me, that is Rapay. Mendozona on the other side. Adam Rapay throws across the diamond. Looked like he thought about making a throw to second. Decides to just go to first, get the automatic out. 2 away. Both on ground balls to Rapay at third. Up to second base went Reedhead. That ball just took a little while to get through the infield grass for Rapay. And by the time he fields it and looks to throw, first base, the safest option. 2 down, and Peter Mendozona, the third baseman, will stand in for the Dirtbags. First pitch swinging. He drills out towards right field. Might have a chance to get over the head. No! Kevin Crowell runs it down. Crowell on a dead sprint towards the warning track in right field. Snags one off the bat of Peter Mendozona. That one looked like it had extra bases written all over it. But Crowell takes it away. That finishes things here in the second, and the Dirtbags held scoreless. No runs on no hits. No errors, one man left on base. It's still a 2-2 ball game as we head to the top of the third inning. You're watching coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Find more tournament information like scores, stats, game recaps, and updated schedules online at 541radio.com. Here's a look at the games on today's broadcast schedule. Remember, every game from the state tournament will be broadcast on 541radio.com. Tournament coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
Back for the first pitch of the third inning. Cade Perizzo took it in the dirt. Now the second pitch he takes into right field. Had a little bit of breakfast stuck in my throat. Apologies for that. So it was a 1-0 pitch taken to right field for Perizzo, who's now 2 for 2 in the game. Perizzo, an RBI double, and now a single to lead things off here in the third inning. So he lines that one out there to Holstad in right. Gets himself on for a second time. He was stranded at second base after driving in the go-ahead run in the first. He's now looking to be the go-ahead run as the first pitch taken, strike one for Taylor Holder. Team leader in RBIs here in the turnouts. In the tournament. I didn't print out everybody's stats for the tournament like I did yesterday, but I can tell you Holder was one of the leaders yesterday in the tournament in RBIs. I imagine he's probably still up there among the leaders, if not leading the way, with 5 RBI so far here through 3 days of action. 0-1 count for him. Tie ball game 2-2 as we're in the top of the third between Dallas and Mid-Valley. Mid-Valley at the dish. And the top half of the inning is the visiting team. A ball in the dirt. 1-1 count for Taylor Holder. Visiting teams occupying the first base dugout. They're the in-ground dugouts here at Legion Field. You've got the steps, usually everybody up on the railings. The 1-1, that ball ripped to left field. It stays fair. It's into the corner. Holder's going to have extras. He may have his 6th RBI. They're going to wave Perizzo around third. He's headed to the plate, and he'll get in standing up. Mid-Valley continues to add runs. Another run here in the third. They lead 3-2. Perizzo scores from first. Taylor Holder, his first hit of the ball game, a double down the left field side. He picks up his 6th RBI of the tournament. I don't know if they name a tournament player of the player of the tournament or not, but Taylor Holder was one of the guys looking at the early stats that I was thinking he could be a candidate for player of the tournament. His line drive drives in one. Connor Spivak will bat next and takes the first pitch, a breaking ball outside. So Braden Allison, who didn't pitch very long in his only other outing here in the tournament, only a couple of innings, he is getting roughed up a bit here. He has given up 6 hits total. His 1-0 pitch, low and outside for a 2-0 count. 6 hits total. Now 3 runs have come across against him. Thanks to a 2-run homer by Jackson Holstad, Dallas isn't losing by much. It's a 3-2 score at the moment in favor of Mid-Valley. Two-0 pitch coming up for Spivak, who struck out swinging in the first. puts the bat on this one, barrels it up to right field, but it goes right to Holstad, who will throw it back in quickly to make sure Taylor Holder's not going anywhere. Spivak 0 for 2 in the ballgame now after the flyout.
Batting next to third baseman number 11.
One away. Adam Rapay will stand in, 0 for 1 in the ballgame for him. Struck out swinging back in the first, and a quick visit out to the mound for the coaching staff from Post 20. Gives us a chance to let you know our tournament coverage is sponsored by Clinton Newell Auto Group, your local Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Toyota dealer. Also the tournament sponsor for the American Legion. We appreciate their sponsorship. Also want to say that today's game is sponsored by Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse. Get ready for hunting season with Sportsman's Warehouse. They carry the gear, rifles, ammo, and bait that you need for your next hunt. Get to Sportsman's Warehouse and take it outside. Umpire will go out to break up the meeting on the mound as they talk strategy out there against Adam Rapay with a man at second, only one away. Here in the top of the third inning, it's a 3-2 score. RBI double for Taylor Holder. We've had an RBI double in the first, an RBI triple in the second, and an RBI double in the third for Mid-Valley. The extra base hits coming up big for him. At the plate, Adam Rapay trying to add to it. A one-out base hit could bring in a run as he fouls back the first pitch. Rapay with his strikeout in the first inning. That was his first of the tournament. He is now 0 for 8, so he's looking for that first base hit. The 0-1 pitch for Rapay. He takes low and inside to even it up at a 1-1 count. Major League Baseball trade deadline, I think, is getting ready to come to a close at 1 o'clock here on the West Coast. My phone keeps blowing up with all the trades going on. It seems like it's been a busy trade season for Major League Baseball. There's a pitch high and inside, a 2-1 count. Apparently, Pittsburgh Pirates dealing for right-handed pitcher Chris Archer from the Tampa Bay Rays. Seems to be the big hubbubaloo. Is that hubbubaloo? Yeah, something like that. Seems to be the big deal going towards the trade deadline. Pitch high in the air for Adam Rapay. This one is into foul territory. The pitcher will catch it. Rapay will foul out. Braden Allison across the chalk line making that catch in foul territory.
Now batting right fielder Kevin Crowell.
So Rapay goes down. Kevin Crowell will bat. He had a bunt single in the second that got him on but was caught stealing. It was a beautifully executed bunt for a base hit. 2 away with a man at second. 3-2 the score in favor of Mid-Valley, the visiting team. They're at the plate here in the top of the third. Allison's first pitch swung on in the air. Center fielder Blake Aratola adjusts to his right and makes the squeeze for the final out. That'll wrap up things here in the top of the third inning. You had 1 run on 2 hits, no Dallas errors, and 1 man left on base for the Southpaws. They've scored in every inning so far and lead 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the third inning. You're watching coverage of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Find more tournament information like scores, stats, game recaps, and updated schedules online at 541radio.com. Here's a look at the games on today's broadcast schedule. Remember, every game from the state tournament will be broadcast on 541radio.com. Tournament coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
Bottom of the third inning, Evan Cyrus on the mound. Once again been given a lead, but he gives off a leadoff single to Blake Aratola, the leadoff man in the lineup, who will start the third inning out for the Dirtbags with a first pitch single into left field as we welcome you back here to Legion Field. Joey Kieran, part of the broadcast crew that has been bringing you coverage here. Dan Bain as well. Not sure if Dan will be able to make it out here for these earlier start times today, but we do appreciate all the help that he has provided throughout the tournament. Calling some big games for us. Leadoff man on, Blake Aratola, the center fielder, reaching on the single, his first base hit of the ballgame. He slides back in safely at first after a check on him there. Just snuck that one through the 6-hole on the infield for Aratola. Another throw over to check on him, back in safely. For Blake Aratola, his fourth hit of the tournament, 4 for 11. Again, a throw over there. Boy, Evan Cyrus has been obsessed with Blake Aratola at first base. 2 runs in the first inning for the Dirtbags. That gave them a 2-1 lead. Mid-Valley tied it in the top of the second and have retaken the lead in the top of the third. This ball in the air for Derek Mabin out towards left field. Making the catch, Taylor Holder. Retiring the first batter of the bottom of the third, 1 away. Quick work of things so far. First pitch for a single to Blake Aratola. First pitch for a flyout for Derek Mabin. So 2 pitches into the third. If he gets a ground ball on the first pitch here by Anthony Zeller, it could be a 3-pitch inning for Evan Cyrus. We'll have to wait and see. That does not count how many times he has thrown over to first now. He has thrown over there 4 times to check on Aratola, who led off with a single. In the ball game, first pitch a called strike for Zellner. 3 runs on 6 hits for Mid-Valley, no errors. For the Dirtbags, 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. In fact, that base hit there by Aratola, just the second hit of the ball game. Of course, the one hit that the Dirtbags did have was a big one, a 2-run homer over the right field fence. That ball fouled away. 0-2 count now against Zellner, who flew out to left field his first time up. Some of our friends over at the News Review putting out quite the special section on the state tournament and Legion Field and Legion baseball in general. Aaron Yost coming out and measuring things here. Here's another throw to check on Aratola at first. That ball for Jackson Holstad went out in the trees over there by the FCR sign. That's about 360 feet to get it out of here. Ground ball to second base. Not going to be a double play ball, but going first to third, trying to take 2 bases. And I don't know what Aratola read on that base pass there, but he tried to take 2 on a ground ball to second base from first, and he's thrown out at third to finish off the inning. Not sure if somebody was waving along or if he just decided I've got enough in me to get around to third. Thought he might catch the Southpaws sleeping a little bit there. He did not. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Dirtbags. We head to the top of the 4th, still a 1-run ball game, 3-2. Mid-Valley in front of the Dirtbags. When we come back, you're watching coverage of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com.
You're watching coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Broadcast coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley, building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. Call her at 541-671-5296 or visit her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians.
Come back for the top of the fourth inning, a 3-2 ball game. Leading the way right now, the Southpaws. And speaking of which, the lefty, Tanner Rice, will dig in. He takes the first pitch, strike one from Braden Allison, still on the mound working for the Dallas Post-20 Dirtbags. Trying to get back to championship day at the tournament for a second straight year. Last year losing in the championship game against Medford as a breaking ball misses outside for Rice. A 1-1 count now. Allison's pitch is fouled away by Rice down the first base side for strike two. Last night, a rematch of that championship game, and it was a good one between the Dirtbags and the Medford Mustangs. A 1-0 final. It was excellent baseball played all around. 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2 count. State tournament coverage is sponsored by the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians, a proud supporter of local sports here in Douglas County. Two-two pitch out of Allison, and going opposite field, Tanner Rice pushes that one out to left. Rice will find his way on with a leadoff single, and the Southpaws continue their barrage on Braden Allison, who has now given up 7 hits in this ballgame through just 3 innings, hasn't recorded an out here in the fourth, and they start to get somebody loosening up in the bullpen. Read a number on him out there. Number 14 for the Dirtbags. They're going to get a pinch runner for Rice at first. Check on that here. So it's Caleb Reed that is throwing in the bullpen for the Southpaws. We'll get you a number on the pinch runner at first. Squaring to bunt. The offer did go. Throw down to first, not in time. The courtesy, or the pinch runner back in safely. Ephraimson at the plate, offering for strike one. Want to say that might be, no, it's not Bryce Ephraimson. Might be Ezra Lopez. Ephraimson lines it out to third. The throw to first gets away. They're going to send the runner up to second base. Lopez does get in. It is Ezra Lopez running. Almost got doubled off. The throw by Mendozona airmailed to first. After he catches a line drive from Ephraimson for out number one, tries to double off Lopez at first, and his throw goes to the fence. One away, but a man in scoring position. It doesn't count as a sacrifice, but it almost works about the same. One out, a man out at second base. The 9-hitter Brendan Bliss, who came up with the RBI triple in the second, bats here. A big hit there. He had the big catch to finish off the game yesterday for Mid-Valley, beating Hillsborough. Had a layout catch in center field. Not an easy catch to make. That ball was right at him, and he was running straight towards the center field wall, laying out for it, making the catch, and that got the win and moved on Mid-Valley into this game here as he takes a pitch high. for ball 1. It was an impressive catch. If he doesn't make it, it's going to drive in the game-tying run against Hillsborough. So it was definitely a game-saving catch. It was a game-ending catch as he takes it low for ball 2. So coming up with some pretty big plays here as of late, Brendan Bliss. A triple here in his first at-bat in this game, and the game-ending, game-saving catch in the last one. Hits a ground ball to third, snagged by Mendozona, looks the runner back to second, and throws to first for the out. Mendozona, a busy day at third base on the hot corner for the Dirtbags, but he makes the play.
2 down brings up the top of the order. The batter, the shortstop, Caleb Beach.
Ground out for Brendan Bliss. Mid-Valley in danger of not scoring here in the top of the 4th inning. That would break their streak. They've scored in every inning so far. They lead 3-2. Top of the 4th inning. 2 down. The lefty, Caleb Beach, will dig in. Out at second base is the pinch runner, Ezra Lopez. First pitch low at the shoe tops for ball 1 against Beach. Caleb Beach, 1 for 2 in this ball game. A single right back up the middle to lead off the ball game. And then grounded out to third his last time up. He gets this one right side, and it's off the glove for Jacob Mabin. Bounces away from him, and a run will score. And Mid-Valley will continue their streak of scoring in every inning. Beach will get on safely at first. Makes it 4-2 now, the lead for Mid-Valley. I think they put that. Did you guys give him a hit on that one? Okay, I'm good with that. Single there for Caleb Beach. Jacob Mabin did everything he could to get to it, but he shows great range to get to the ball and trying to make a difficult play. Ended up kicking off of his foot, I think, and that's why it ricocheted so far away. Strike called. Cade Perizzo at the plate. 2 for 2 in this ball game. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Coming around to score was Ezra Lopez. On the mound, Braden Allison has given up a run in every inning. He misses outside. The at-bat will continue for Perizzo. It's a 1-2 count. A double and a single for him. He's got an RBI and a run scored. He has been the hot hitter in this lineup, but there's been plenty of them right now for Mid-Valley. They've added 2 more hits here in this inning. They've got 8 total. Ground ball, third base side, foul. Stays a 1-2 count. So for Mid-Valley, you're looking at 4 runs on 8 hits. No errors in the ballgame for him. On the other side for the Dirtbags, 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error. Those 2 runs coming in the first inning for the Dirtbags on the 2-run homer by Jackson Holstad. Since then, they've not been able to do much. The 1-2 pitch, high and away. Check swing, pulls it back and holds off. Two-two delivery for Cade Perizzo. Takes high and inside for ball 3. Braden Allison battling through this top of the 4th. He's got 2 outs. Got the man warming up in the bullpen. That is Caleb Reed. Allison's 3-2 pitch. In the air for Perizzo. Perizzo flies out to the center fielder, Blake Aratola. Aratola makes the final out. It's becoming old hat. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. That has been the final line at the end of every inning so far for the Mid-Valley Southpaws as they build a 4-2 lead going to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching coverage of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
We're here until a champion is crowned. Follow every game from the state tournament on 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. And don't worry if you missed a game. Find our broadcasts archived online as well. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians. We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
Now pitching number 3, Taylor Holder.
Head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Mid-Valley Southpaws are making a change on the mound. Evan Cyrus will come out. He pitched a strong 3 innings, allowing just 2 runs on 2 hits. And in to take over for him is going to be Taylor Holder, the left fielder, taking over on the mound. Out into left field.
Leading off for Dallas, number 11, Jackson Holstead.
It'll be number 10 that takes over in left field. Figure out who that is here in a moment for you. For Mid-Valley, Jace Lean in left field. So Taylor Holder on the mound. We'll get you all the final numbers here. First pitch for Holder is away for ball 1 as he takes on Jackson Holstead, the lefty who is 1 for 1 in the game with a 2-run homer. Pitch low for a 2-0 count. Fans a little rowdy about that call. So the pitcher, Evan Cyrus, comes out of the game. I believe that means that Connor Spivak will come out as the DH. The pitch low again for a 3-0 count now. I believe that Spivak will come out of the game and Jace Lean will take over in that spot. The 3-0 pitch does come across for strike 1. Taylor Holder, a sluggish start to his time on the mound against Jackson Holstead. His 3-1 pitch misses for ball 4. It'll be a walk issue to lead things off in the bottom of the 4th. 2-run lead.
Now batting number 7, Jake Maben.
2-run lead right now for Mid-Valley, but they put a runner on. That means the game-tying run will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th. Jacob Maben hitting. 1 on, nobody out. Maben 0 for 1 in the game. Taylor Holder taking over for Evan Cyrus. Pitch high for ball 1. Now I know that it's a must-win game for both these teams, so maybe they just want to make sure they keep the guys fresh out on the mounds, but Evan Cyrus hadn't pitched in the tournament for Mid-Valley. He had played in 2 games, though. As a strike taken on the inside corner. 1-1 count now against Maben. So maybe Cyrus not necessarily the freshest, but Should double check and make sure that Evan Cyrus didn't stay in the game anywhere. The 1-1 pitch fouled away. Jacob Maben with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Still Brendan Bliss in center. And I believe that's Kevin Crowell out in right. 4-2 the score, bottom of the fourth. Mid-Valley leading against Dallas. Pitch on the outside corner misses, and the count will go 2-2. Looks like we do have a new third baseman. Cooper Hartzell has come into the game at third. It's a ground ball to him. I know, a line drive to him, and he throws out the runner at first, a double play. Just getting that one before it touches the dirt. Hartzell immediately coming in and making a play, and then throwing across to get Jackson Holstad at first to double him off. 2 away, and Treve Earhart will bat with nobody on. The Dirtbags trailing by 2. So Hartzell, the man at third, that's going to make the defensive changes and the lineup change a bit, as Earhart's going to pick up his first hit. Flares one out to right field for a 2-out single.
Up next, number 12.
Rapay moved over to first base to take over for Tanner Rice. Rice had come out of the game for a pinch runner. So I bet the changes are going to involve Tanner Rice obviously coming out of the game. So those look like the changes there. First pitch misses for ball 1 now against Caden Reedhead. Two-0 count now for Reedhead. So Jaceline in left, Hartzell at third, and Rapay moves over to first. Not sure who came in which different positions as the pitch misses. A 3-0 count now for Reedhead, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. Strike taken. You know what? I bet Hartzell came in for Spivak. And Lane probably comes in for Tanner Rice and Ezra Lopez, who pinch ran for him. A ball just off the handle, popped foul. Strike 2 now against Caden Reedhead. A full count with a man at first. Three-two pitch, strike 3. Taylor Holder punches out Caden Reedhead with a strikeout looking to finish off the 4th inning. Some strong defense and a timely strikeout, and Mid-Valley will hang on to their 4-2 lead. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors for the Southpaws. 1 man left on base for the Dirtbags. Head to the top of the 5th. 4-2 is our score. You're watching coverage of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com.
We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Find more tournament information like scores, stats, game recaps, and updated schedules online at 541radio.com. Here's a look at the games on today's broadcast schedule. Remember, every game from the state tournament will be broadcast on 541radio.com. Tournament coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
Top of the 5th inning, coverage of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament is presented by Virginia Everard, building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. Call her at 541-671-5296 or visit her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. So I think we got everything squared away with all of our changes on the one side. I got a feeling we may have a change on the other side. Maybe not. Might just be waiting on the SouthPaws to come up to bat. I believe that's still Braden Allison out on the mound.
SouthPaws, number 3 left fielder, Taylor Holder.
It'll be Taylor Holder now the starting pitcher for, or not the starting pitcher, but now the pitcher for Mid-Valley. Dig in his first at-bat of the 5th. I guess it's usually how it works out, right? Leadoff man here in the 5th. He takes the first pitch for a strike. 4-2 the score. Mid-Valley leading Dallas. That is Allison still on the mound as the ball fouled away. An 0-2 count for strike 2 against Holder. Holder 1 for 2 in the game with a double in the 3rd that drove in a run. The 0-2 pitch from Allison. Breaking ball inside. Almost got a piece of Holder, but he spins out of the way. Takes for ball 1. So we will find out coming up next. Let's see. The on-deck batter is not who I was expecting. A ground ball to 3rd. Throw to 1st just in time to get Holder. Mendozona to Earhart. 1 away. It's going to be number 4 batting.
Number 4, Evan Cyrus.
Evan Cyrus, the pitcher, did stay in the game. I looked everywhere for him. I didn't find him. Well, I don't know exactly how they worked this magic. Cyrus coming in for the DH, Connor Spivak. He was the starting pitcher, so he comes into the game. We'll find out here. Pitch high. 1-1 count now against Cyrus. The 1-1 pitch. Misses low and inside for a 2-1 count. Well, it was Hartzell at 3rd. I could have swore it was Jace Lean in left field. Those seem like the only 2 changes I saw. The pitch misses for a 3-1 count now against Cyrus. Braden Allison on the mound. His 3-1 pitch. Line drive into right center. Cyrus will get himself on with a 1-out single, helping out the cause after coming out of the mound for Taylor Holder. He picks up a base knock now in his first at-bat, and this looks like it might just do it for Braden Allison. Out to the mound, the coaching staff here for the Dirtbags. And coming out of the bullpen is a reliever, it looks like. I think they're going to make the call to the pin. And that'll do it. Braden Allison comes out. Starts the game for the Dirtbags. Gets into the 5th inning, 4 1/3 innings, but he has given up 9 hits in this contest. And that's going to do it for him. He'll head out of the game, his team trailing 4-2. And the new man on the mound, I believe, will be Caleb Reed. We'll have all the details for you when we come back. A call to the pen for the Dallas Dirtbags as we are in the top of the 5th inning. Our score 4-2. You're watching coverage of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
You're watching coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Broadcast coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley, building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. Call her at 541-671-5296 or visit her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians.
A change on the mound for the Dirtbags. It'll be Caleb Reed that enters for Braden Allison. Caleb Reed has pitched 1 inning in the tournament. Gave up 3 hits in that three runs in the 1 inning on 1 hit, 3 walks and 1 strikeout. So he comes in looking for a stronger relief appearance here. So he'll face Adam Rapay to lead things off. Now the first baseman for the SouthPaws, with 1 on and 1 away. Takes over for Braden Allison. Comes out of the game after 5 1/3 innings worked. He gave up 9 hits. Right now would be credited with 4 runs. Let's see here. One walk and 2 strikeouts for Braden Allison. He would be on the hook for the loss at the moment. 4-2 our score. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Our coverage of the 2018 state tournament is sponsored by Little Caesars. Now they have online ordering and an easy-to-use app. Make sure to check them out and get your online ordering done with Little Caesars. First pitch, a called strike here against Adam Rapay. 0 for 2 in the ball game for him. Popped out in foul territory to the pitcher back in the 3rd. First game of the day, an elimination game between the Mid-Valley SouthPaws and the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags. Ground ball, third base side is foul. Makes it an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes here against Rapay. Out at first base, Evan Cyrus kind of holding at the moment to tell you exactly where he plays defensively after the last half inning where I didn't see him in the infield or in the field anywhere. The 0-2 pitch, high, 1-2 count. He obviously came off the mound and came into the game, into the lineup for the DH. They play by American League rules with the DH, where the DH can hit for the pitcher, but that's it. So once the pitcher's no longer getting DH for you, he's got to come out of the game. The DH does. Pitch high for a 2-2 count. So since Cyrus came off the mound, they take the DH out. Spivak came out of the game, and Cyrus came in to hit for himself, but I don't know where he stayed in defensively. Two count. Throw over to first base. Cyrus back in safely. Caleb Reed on the mound, taking over for Braden Allison. A 4-2 score. Mid-Valley has scored in every inning so far. Another throw over to first base. Back in safely goes Cyrus. Two balls, 2 strikes against Rapay. Breaking ball is outside for ball 3. So it goes to a full count now for Rapay after starting out 0-2 against him. Reed is falling behind. A full count pitch coming up. The 3-2 in the dirt, ball 4. First walk issued to the first batter for Caleb Reed. 2 on, first and second with 1 out. Kevin Crowell will stand in. Crowell is 1 for 2 in the game with a single in his first at-bat in the second. That was the bunt single that he beat out with a slide around the tag at first. Takes his time out of the box, looking down to third to get the signal from Coach Troy Babbitt. Gets ready for his first pitch of the at-bat against the reliever Caleb Reed. First pitch swinging in the air out towards shortstop. Derek Maven battling the midday sun. Snags it just to the left of second base. 2 down now. Much needed out there for Caleb Reed. Getting Kevin Crowell to fly out to short. And now it'll be Cooper Hartzell that bats here for Tanner Rice. So Hartzell did come into the game.
Batters Cooper Hartzell.
So Hartzell, the left-handed batter, in for Tanner Rice, playing at third base. Swing and a miss on the first pitch for strike 1. Hartzell's first at-bat of the day. He is 1 for 5 in the tournament. He's now played in all 4 games as he swings and misses at strike 2. 0-2 count with 2 away and 2 on. Caleb Reed, the relieving pitcher, trying to break the trend of a run every inning for Mid-Valley. They lead 4-2, Mid-Valley does. The 0-2 pitch is in the air, foul territory. Chasing it, Mendozona, the third baseman, will give way to the catcher, Anthony Zellner, who will make the catch in foul territory for the final out. The Dirtbags able to finally hold the Mid-Valley Southpaws scoreless in an inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-2 the score. Mid-Valley leading Dallas. You're watching coverage of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
For the Southpaws.
We're here until a champion is crowned. Follow every game from the state tournament on 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. And don't worry if you missed a game. Find our broadcasts archived online as well. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians. We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
Leading off for Dallas, number 1.
Well, I see where I probably made my error. It looks like the catcher, Bryce Ephraimson, has come out of the game, and that's where Jace Lean will probably go in the lineup as Lean takes over in left field. I wasn't wrong about that. Left field for Lean, and Evan Cyrus stays in the game at catcher, and that's how he's still in the lineup. So I think that's where all the changes are made, and now that we know that, we can continue on. First pitch, and it fouls off of Cyrus behind the plate for strike 1 off the bat of Eric Kessler, who is facing Taylor Holder, who came in relief of Evan Cyrus. So let's see here. Hartzell The 0-1 pitch in the air, going foul down the right side and out of play. Strike 2. Eric Kessler 0 for 1 in the game with a ground out to third. Oh, 2 count. Holder trying to keep on hold of this 4-2 lead for Mid-Valley and keep their season going. A win for them puts them in tomorrow's action. Championship Wednesday. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit for Eric Kessler, leading things off in the 5th with a single. That's the 3rd straight inning that that Dallas has been able to get the leadoff man on base. They haven't been able to bring him around, though. And now a visit out to the mound for Mid-Valley coach Troy Babbitt to talk with his pitcher, Taylor Holder. And he'll kick around some dirt just a little bit. Well, this is what happens when we don't really get a chance to be given all the defensive changes. I get an inning and a half behind on my electronic scorekeeping because I have no idea who's gone where. And when it's the catcher, it's a really hard time to be able to read his number on the back of his jersey because he got all the straps and everything. But I think we've got it all situated now. So 1 on, nobody out. Quick visit there to the mound for Coach Babbitt, and back to the action we go. 9-hitter Peter Mendozona standing in 0 for 1. First pitch, a called strike. State tournament coverage is sponsored by Tim's Appliance. They've got a great selection of Class B appliances with full factory warranties. Some of them have maybe small dings and dents. They're too small to notice. They also have 0% financing always available. Ground ball sharply hit left side. It takes a Legion bounce into left field. And on with his first hit is Peter Mendozona. Bottom of the lineup producing here to start out the 5th. The 8-9 hitters, both on base. First and second now for the Dirtbags. One of their better chances at trying to score coming up right now here in the 5th inning. First and second with nobody out, and Blake Aratola will bat next. He is 1 for 2 with a single to left field back in the 3rd. Showed bunt. First pitch he takes in the dirt for ball 1. .1-0 delivery coming up here for Aratola. Taylor Holder, the reliever, coming on in the 4th inning. He's worked through 1 inning, but he gives up a bunt here. It should lay down a sac bunt. Throw to first. We'll get the runner. 1-4 the putout as Perizzo covers the bag on the sacrifice bunt. 1 away. Both runners into scoring position now. Second and third for the Dirtbags. They trail by 2. Game time run at second. And Derek Maben will hit. He is 0 for 1 in the game. Was hit by a pitch in the 1st and scored on the 2-run homer by Jackson Holstad. Last time up, Maben flew out to left field. First pitch takes for ball 1, and the Mid-Valley fans not happy about that call. Holder's 1-0 pitch, 2 runners on in scoring position, and 1 away. Maben puts this one in the air, out to right field. Holstad underneath it catches, tagging and throwing in. The throw goes to third. They'll give up the run. Eric Kessler scores from third on the sacrifice fly by Derek Maben, and we've got a 1-run ball game again. First run scored since the 1st inning for the Dirtbags. 2 down, still at second base is Peter Mendozona. 1 run in so far, and Anthony Zellner will try to keep the bottom of the 5th going with 2 outs and see if he can bring in Mendozona to tie the ball game up. First pitch, check swing, but a called strike 1. The 0-1 pitch for Zellner, who's 0 for 2. He grounded out his last time up. He takes outside. A back pick down to second, not in time. One the count for Zellner. Way off the bag out at second was Mendozona. And behind the plate, Evan Cyrus, he came up ready to fire. The 1-1's in the dirt. Two-one delivery from Holder outside. Mendozona, a big lead out at second again. Looking him back is Cyrus. Three-one pitch. High for ball 4. 5-pitch walk puts runners at first and second with 2 away.
Next batter, number 11.
Building some intrigue here late in this ball game. One run in so far. That was Eric Kessler who scored to lead things off. Came around on the sac fly by Derek Mabin. Jackson Holstad had the 2-run homer back in the first. He stands in here. First pitch swinging, fouls at third base side. Earlier in the game, it seems like the earlier we play, the less wind we have, and I think we've had more of our homers early on in the day than here at the tournament. Wind is starting to pick up as the day's moving along. But Holstead hitting that one out to one of the deeper parts of the park. And that came earlier on when there was not a lot of wind. The 0-1, high and away, and a 1-1 count. One run in so far, 4-3 our score, bottom of the 5th inning. Time called before the next pitch. There is some action in the bullpen for Mid-Valley. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Holstad with a 1-2 count facing Taylor Holder here. Holstad was the first batter to face off against Taylor Holder. Back in the 4th inning, he drew a walk in that at-bat. He's down to a 1-2 count here. The 1-2 pitch, outside, just missing. So it makes it a 2-2 count for Jackson Holstad. 1 for 1 in the game, looking to come up with another big hit. Holder's 2-2, swing and a miss. That finishes off the bottom of the 5th. Leaves 2 runners on base for the Dirtbags. But they get 1 in, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 men left on base for the Dallas Dirtbags. They trail 4-3 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. You're watching coverage of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Find more tournament information like scores, stats, game recaps, and updated schedules online at 541radio.com. Here's a look at the games on today's broadcast schedule. Remember, every game from the state tournament will be broadcast on 541radio.com. Tournament coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
New man on the mound for the Dirtbags. As we go to the top of the 6th inning, it'll be their 3rd pitcher of the game. Taking over for Caleb Reed will be Peter Mendozona. Mendozona moving from the mound. Or, excuse me, moving from 3rd to the mound. Coming into the game will be the DH. Eric Kessler moves out of the DH position and goes to 3rd base to take over for Mendozona. 3rd man on the mound for the Dirtbags in this one. They trail 4-3 as we get to the late stages. Season on the line for both these teams. Obviously making it to day 4 of the tournament. Nothing to be disappointed about. But obviously you'd like to keep playing if you can. So for Braden Allison, the starter, 5 1/3 inning, 9 hits. He gave up 4 runs, 3 earned. He walked 1 and struck out 2. For Caleb Reed, the reliever, 2/3 of an inning worked. He gave up no hits, no runs, no 1 walk, and no strikeouts. And now Peter Mendozona will take over. State tournament coverage is sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, your local Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Toyota dealer. First pitch from Mendozona is low for ball 1. He faces off against Jacob Mabin, against Jace Lean. And the lefty Lean swings and misses for strike 1. First at bat here for Jace Lean on the day. Lean from West Albany High School, class of 2018, fouls away a pitch for strike 2. Came in defensively in left field. Finally getting his first at-bat. He is 0 for 1 in the tournament. Only his 2nd game played. His 3rd plate appearance of the tourney. His 1-2 pitch fouled away for things stay at a 1-2 count. Evan Cyrus, the starter for Mid-Valley, went 3 innings. Gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. No walks, no strikeouts. Swing and a miss out of Lean. Strikeout for Peter Mendozona to lead off his time on the mound here in the 6th.
Number 8, Brendan Bliss.
1 away. Brendan Bliss had the RBI triple back in the 2nd inning. They call him BB out of the dugout as he stands in. 1 for 2. He squares the bunt but pulls it back as the pitch low and outside from Mendozona. That had Kessler, the 3rd baseman, new into the game at that position. Had him come running in. He'll stay in a little bit closer here. The 1-0 pitch, low and inside for a 2-0 count. Did not show a bunt that time, did Bliss, and so Kessler at 3rd backs up a couple of steps. The 2-0 for Bliss. Right about letter high, but too far inside. Mendozona misses for a 3-0 count. The 3-0 pitch. Strike one called, and that one didn't miss by much. Or actually, it didn't get into the strike zone by much. It was right on the edge. Borderline strike call there. 3-1 count. Mendozona winds and fires. He gets Bliss to pop one out of play for strike two. Foul ball there. 4 runs on 9 hits and no errors in the game for Mid-Valley as they bat here in the top of the 6th. For Post 20, 3 runs on 5 hits and 1 error in the ball game. The 3-2 pitch, low for ball 4. A strikeout and a walk so far for Mendozona. 1 on, 1 away here in the 6th inning.
Next batter, number 1, Caleb Beach.
Top of the lineup here, Caleb Beach will dig in, the left-handed batter. I think that is Pepsi Bottle Caps coach Justin O'Byrne walking by there as a ball fouled away. I was going to say maybe with some of his players, but they kept walking, and those guys looked a little older than to be players. 1 on. I guess for my listening audience here, you may not know who I'm even talking about here. The Roseburg Pepsi Bottle Caps is a single-A American Legion baseball team here in the area. It's a pitch inside to the lefty. Gives him a 1-1 count. It's Caleb Beach, 1-1 count against him. The single-A state tournament wrapping up over the weekend out in North Coos in North Bend. Now North Coos representing Oregon in the Western Regional over in Lewiston, Idaho, which that one I imagine has got to be getting started soon. But the Pepsi Bottle Caps, one of the teams here, Legion teams, 3 Legion teams here in the Roseburg area, the Dr. Stewarts who are hosting the tournament, and then the single-A teams, the Pepsi Bottle Caps and Dr. Randall Crowns. Pitch on the outside corner for strike 2 against Beach, and he's got a 1-2 count with 1 away and 1 on. I know there's quite a few single-A teams around the state. Not sure if there's any from either Dallas or the Albany area. We've only ever known about the AAA teams up there. Pitch low and inside, evens up the count at 2-2. Two-two delivery coming up for the newly entered Peter Mendozona. He's got 1 out so far with a man at first, and he gets a strikeout, his second of the time on the mound. This one looking 2 away.
Number 17, Kate.
He gets the punch out against Caleb Beach, who's now 2 for 4 in the tournament, or excuse me, in this ball game, with an RBI and a run scored. Up next will be Cade Parizeau, 2 for 3 with a double and a single. Man at first and 2 down. He takes outside, and that one way outside in the dirt, and it kicks off the shin guard of Anthony Zellner. Went sliding in that part of the shin guard that extends up over the kneecaps. It hit off of that and bounced away, and easily into second base will go Brendan Bliss. So the wild pitch moving the runner into scoring position. Mendozona's 1-0 delivery. High and tight for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. It's a 1-run ball game, 4-3. Mid-Valley leading at Dallas at the moment as they're up to bat here in the top of the 6th. An elimination game. Pitch outside, and the count goes 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Parizeau looking to get on base for a 3rd time in the ball game. He does take a strike on the 3-0 count. Pretty automatic usually at that point. 3 balls and a strike. Mendozona. Ball 4. That pitch high. Almost got him to chase after it, but Parizeau holds off, and he draws the 2-out walk. 2 strikeouts and 2 walks here in the 6th inning for Mendozona. It's been either feast or famine for him. Nobody's put a ball in play. And a visit out to the mound with a break in the action. Let you know that you can get ready for your hunting season with Sportsman's Warehouse. They carry the gear as well as rifles, ammos, and bait that you need for your next hunt. Plus, find them at the Douglas County Fairgrounds coming up this year. They'll be giving away a Smith & Wesson M&P 15 rifle. Get ready for the hunting season with Sportsman's Warehouse and take it outside. Also want to thank our sponsor, the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians, a proud supporter of local sports here in Douglas County. And while it is getting close to 2 o'clock, it's never too late for lunchtime. Try Little Caesars large 1-topping extra most bestest pizza. It has the most toppings of all major pizza chains. 2 on, 2 away. Top of the 6th inning, late stages of this elimination game. Up next, you've got Corvallis and Medford. Corvallis trying to stay in the postseason and becoming the first team to beat Medford here at the tournament. Medford looking to knock out another opponent and make their path to the state title a little easier coming up tomorrow. First pitch is outside for ball 1 from Mendozona to Taylor Holder. Holder now the pitcher after starting in left field for Mid-Valley. .1-0 pitch. That ball in the air, fouled back for strike 1. Again, nobody's put a ball in play against Mendozona so far. He's either walked guys or struck him out. 1-1 pitch for Mendozona. Holder takes in the dirt, runner going to third and unable to get it. Both runners will move up. Zellner had one shot and he couldn't quite palm the baseball, trying to pick it up and throw to third. So the wild pitch moving 2 runners up. He did a great job of blocking it in the dirt out at second base. Brendan Bliss wastes no time in running to third. And if Zellner had been able to pick up that baseball a little bit quicker, he would have had a shot at trying to get Bliss. Wild pitch puts 2 runners into scoring position. At the plate, Taylor Holder takes high for ball 3. No action in the bullpen right now for the Dirtbags. There has been some guys throwing in the bullpen for Mid-Valley, but nobody currently throwing out there. 3 balls and a strike. Holder takes for strike 2. Full count with 2 down and 2 on in scoring position. 4-3 the score. Mid-Valley trying to get some insurance as they get ready for the bottom of the 6th. Holder looking for that 2-out hit. He takes ball 4. 3 walks for Mendozona, and he walks the bases loaded. Evan Cyrus had a single in the 5th that drove Braden Allison out of the game. He was the last batter to face the starter, and in his first at-bat, he was able to pick up the single. He bats here with the bases loaded and 2 away. Trying to preserve his own pitching win as he takes a strike to lead things off. Cyrus, only pitched 3 innings. I was looking at the wrong side. So Cyrus actually not in line to get the victory at the moment, not meeting the qualifier of pitching 4 innings for a victory. 0-1 pitch to him. Mendozona misses low and inside for a 1-1 count. Bases loaded with Southpaws. Evan Cyrus at the plate, the right-handed batter versus the right-handed pitcher. Peter Mendozona coming in here in the 6th inning, trying to keep it a one-run ball game, and he's walked the bases loaded. The 1-1, ground ball to second. And the flip, Maben to Maben, will finish it off. Well, Mendozona makes it interesting on himself, but he's able to get what he needs to get out of the 6th inning. So for Mid-Valley in the top of the 6th, no runs on no hits. There were no Dallas errors. 3 men left on base. Go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 4-3 ball game. The Southpaws leading the Dirtbags. You're watching coverage of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
You're watching coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Broadcast coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. Building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. Call her at 541-671-5296 or visit her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 4-3 ball game. Mid-Valley leading the Dallas Post-20 Dirtbags 4-3. The Dirtbags down to their final 6 outs, needing 1 run to tie, 2 to take a lead at the moment. For Mid-Valley, they'll have the top of the 7th to try and add it to their lead. Bottom of the 6th inning, you've got Jacob Maben, Treve Earhart, and Caden Reedhead all due up. Oh for 2 is the line right now for Jacob Maben. First pitch is high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, Maben grounds one to short. Caleb Beach will fire over to first. 6-3 the put out. 1 out. Maben now has an 0 for 3 game going. That's Jacob Maben, the second baseman. Treve Earhart, 1 for 2 in the tournament, or in this ball game, I should say. Earhart, the first baseman, had a ground ball to right field his last time up. First pitch from Taylor Holder is high for ball 1. Out there on the mound, Holder came in the 4th inning. Continues the throw here for the Southpaws, and he gets a strike across on the inside corner. And Earhart is 1 for 1 against Holder. Trace Earhart is 3 for 9 in the tournament. As he takes strike 2. He evens up, or excuse me, takes his count to a 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes for Taylor Holder. Trying to hang on to this 1-run lead, and he would get the victory if things stay the way they are. Ground ball right side, goes past a lunging Parizeau. Running into the shallow outfield grass. He couldn't get there in time. That one goes into right field. 2 for 3 on the day for Earhart. And a 1-out single into right field puts him on at first. Caden Reedhead, 0 for 1. It'll not be Reedhead. They bring in a pinch hitter. So Reedhead, the left fielder, done. First pitch to the new man at the plate. That is Logan Graber, excuse me. Was high and inside for ball one. The 1-0 pitch swung on, foul tipped into the glove for strike one. The 1-1 pitch coming up for Logan. He'll take for strike two from Dallas High School, Logan Graber. A ball and 2 strikes with 1 out and 1 on. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Strikeout number 3 in the game for Taylor Holder. 2 down now.
Next batter, number 1, Eric Kessler.
And Eric Kessler, who was the DH, he's entered the game and playing at third. He'll hit for a third time now. 1 for 2 so far. 2 down. Earhart out at first. The pitch outside for ball 1. Opportunities here for the Dirtbags starting to dwindle. They're down to their final 4 outs in this one and on their season unless they can get a lead. A pitch inside. Count goes 2-0 for Kessler. A win here for either team puts them into Championship Wednesday, where they'll either face Corvallis or Medford. A 2-0 pitch. Misses outside, not by much. A 3-0 count. The winner of this one will face the winner of the next game. Could be Corvallis, could be Medford. If it's Medford, the winner of this one has to win twice tomorrow to claim the state title. 3-0 pitch is taken for strike 1. Kessler had tossed away the bat. He'll have to get the on-deck hitter. That's actually Blake Aratola. He's in the hole. He goes and retrieves the baseball bat for Eric Kessler. Swing and a foul tip in the glove for strike 2. On the mound, Taylor Holder stepping off, looks back the runner at first. They'll reset here. I think the coaches from the dugout on the first base side hollering out and giving hand signals for the defense here. The 3-2 pitch, it beans him. Earning his way on the hard way. A 2-out hit by pitch puts Eric Kessler on, and the pitcher, Peter Mendozona, will bat. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Game-tying run at second base, and now a visit out to the mound for the entire infield, and out will come the coaching staff. For Eric Kessler, second time in the tournament he's been hit by a pitch. Third hit batter for the Mid-Valley pitching staff. Derek Mabin was hit by a pitch first. And then in the second inning, Caden Reedhead was also hit by a pitch. Rather quick visit out to the mound for the Mid-Valley coaches. Our tournament coverage is sponsored by Tim's Appliance Outlet Store at the corner of Lane and South Stevens here in Roseburg. Peter Mendozona 1 for 2 in the game. Had a single his last time up. A base knock here could possibly tie this ball game up. First pitch, ground ball, left side. It gets into left field. They're going to send Earhart around third. No, they hold him late, and he'll go back to third base. Kessler up to second. On at first is Mendozona. Initially, the coach at third, waving him around, but Earhart goes back to the bag, holds there, and you've got the bases loaded with 2 down after the single by Mendozona, his second hit of the game. 2 away, bases loaded. Quick visit to the mound for Adam Rapay to talk with Taylor Holder here. And now out will come the coach again, and we're going to get a pitching change. Looks like a call to the pen is imminent, and we'll figure out where the defensive changes will go. Tournament coverage sponsored by Clinton Newell Auto Group, your local Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Toyota dealer. Taylor Holder will hand over the baseball, and he heads towards the dugout. We'll see if he comes back in defensively. Still in the bottom of the 6th, bases loaded with 2 out for the new man on the mound. We'll tell you all about it when we return after this 60-second break. You're watching coverage of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com.
We're here until a champion is crowned. Follow every game from the state tournament on 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. And don't worry if you missed a game. Find our broadcasts archived online as well. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians. We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
Taylor Holder comes out of the game, and they go to the bullpen to bring in Chase Reynolds, the right-hander. Reynolds from West Albany High School, just wrapping up his freshman year. This fall, he'll be a sophomore. And he'll take over in a tough spot with the bases loaded, game-tying run at third. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. An elimination game between Mid-Valley and Dallas. Right now, Mid-Valley leading 4-3. They'll bat in the top of the 7th, but Dallas at the plate right now threatening to try and tie or take the lead. For Taylor Holder, he finishes out 2 2/3 innings. He gave up 5 hits. 1 run so far, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts and 1 hit batter. The 3 runners on base inherited by Reynolds do go to the credit of Holder. So if any of those runs score, Taylor Holder's runs allowed will go up. Chase Reynolds faces the top of the lineup. Blake Aratola will lead things off, and the first pitch is high for ball 1. Game-tying run at third. Dallas trying to keep their season alive and make it to championship Wednesday for a second straight season. The 1-0 pitch, high and inside. And it's a 2-0 count. A walk here brings in the game-tying run. Nowhere to put him. So the youngster Reynolds has to start throwing some strikes. With 2 outs here, Mid-Valley 1 out away from getting out of the jam. The 2-0 pitch is across for a called strike 1. Two-one delivery from Reynolds. High and inside again. The count goes 3-1. Reynolds, when he came in, his first warm-up pitch went all the way to the backstop. I don't know what the coaches probably were thinking at that point in time for Mid-Valley. It's been a little erratic as he goes into his windup. His 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. He gets Aratola to take the count to a full count. Blake was looking for something he could drive on a 3-1 pitch, knowing that a walk was going to bring in a run, but he couldn't catch up to the high heat. Aratola is 3-2, runners going, it's ball 4, ball game tied. Chase Reynolds comes in, throws 5 pitches, and walks in the game-tying run.
Next batter, number 5.
And it's all knotted at 4 apiece with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Whole new ball game now. Derek Mabin will hit. He is 0 for 1 in the game with a sac fly and a hit by pitch, and he'll have a quick word with his coach out of the third base coach's box. For any Dallas Dirtbags fans watching, can I say how excited that I am that James Boog Leach is on your coaching staff? I really did enjoy covering Boog when he played here in Roseburg for the Dr. Stewarts. Great guy. First pitch to Derek Mabin. He takes for strike 1. You've got Derek and Jacob on the lineup, both in the starting lineup here today, starting up the middle for the Dirtbags. 0-1 pitch. Derek looking for his second RBI of the game here as he'll step out. Boog was a catcher for the Dr. Stewarts a handful of years ago. I think it was one of my first years. It was my 6th year doing Doc's baseball during the regular season, and Boog was one of my first classes here. And a ball in the air to right field for Derek Mabin. We'll wrap things up. Final out made, but it comes one batter too late for the Mid-Valley fans on hand here for this ball game. 1 run comes in for the Dirtbags, and we've got a tie ball game going to the 7th. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors in the 6th inning, and 3 men left on base. We'll head to the top of the 7th. You're watching coverage of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Find more tournament information like scores, stats, game recaps, and updated schedules online at 541radio.com. Here's a look at the games on today's broadcast schedule. Remember, every game from the state tournament will be broadcast on 541radio.com. Tournament coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
Top of the 7th inning, it comes down to this in a tie ball game. And the first pitch comes in inside. Leading things off, it's Adam Rapay for the Mid-Valley Southpaws, as he takes on Peter Mendozona, the reliever on the mound, now in line to possibly get a win, as he does get a strike across for a 1-1 count against Rapay. Mendozona came on in the 6th, his 2nd inning of work here. His 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball high for a 2-1 count. Rapay is 0 for 2. He has a walk, his only time on base. The 2-1, he lines to left field. It's going to get down, rolling all the way just short of the warning track. Reedhead will bring it in, and a stand-up double for Adam Rapay. Gets the go-ahead runner on base in scoring position to start off things here in the top of the 7th.
Next batter is number 6, Kevin Crowell.
1 on, nobody out, and Kevin Crowell will stand in. And that might be, I think that might be actually Logan Graybar out in left field that had come in for Reedhead in the 7th spot in the lineup to bat. He struck out swinging, but see if he stayed in defensively. One on, nobody out. Kevin Crowell at the plate. He is 1 for 3. Squares to bunt, that one in the air. And the catcher, Anthony Zellner, had no clue where it went. He would have been probably the only one that had a chance to get to it as the ball falls for a foul ball for strike 1. If Zellner's got an idea where that ball goes, he might have a chance, may have a diving attempt at it, something, but he might have had a chance to catch that one. But he was looking into the sky, wondering where the baseball had gone. 0-1 pitch, squaring to bunt again, the pitch in the dirt. And Crowell has a 1-1 count. Speaking of the sky, it is sunny overhead. A few wispy clouds off in the distance, not nearly as hazy as it had been the last couple of days. Looking at low 90s right now, and that's probably about the peak temperature for us. 91, 92, probably about where we're going to sit today here in Roseburg. 1-1 pitch, Adam Mendozona squaring to bunt again, and the pitch outside. 2 balls and a strike for Peter Mendozona against Kevin Crowell. Go-ahead runner out at second base with nobody out here in the top of the 7th. For Crowell, he's looking for his first RBI of the tournament. Squares to bunt, and he does put it down third base side, but it's foul for strike 2. Hit all the way down the line to Eric Kessler at third base. But he got it just on the other side of the chalk line. It is Graber out in left field. Stays in defensively after his pinch hit appearance in the 6th. Squaring to bunt again, and the pitch in the dirt. The count goes full for Kevin Crowell. Cooper Hartzell waiting on deck. Three balls, 2 strikes for Mendozona. Needing an out, and he throws it all the way to the backstop. Out to first base, hustling down the line. Crowell took a look, but he stays at first after drawing the walk. The wild pitch all the way to the backstop moves Rapay up the third. Walk puts runners at first and third with nobody out, and out to the mound will come the Dallas coaching staff. Will Mendozona stay in the game is the question. So Adam Rapay at third, Kevin Crowell at first, nobody out, top of the 7th. They want to talk strategy on the mound. Sportsman's Warehouse has everything for your next camping, hunting, or fishing excursion. Get to Sportsman's Warehouse today and stock up before heading outdoors. Sportsman's Warehouse, take it outside. Talking strategy with runners on the corners. Do you try to cut the run off at home? Do you give up the run and take the double play to get the outs? If you get these opportunities, of course. A lot of things to talk about in this situation. It's a tie ball game. Last inning, 4-4 is our score. We haven't had an extra inning ball game yet in the tournament. So maybe I just jinx us there. Who knows? Cooper Hartzell will bat. He is 0 for 1. Came in to hit in the 5th inning for Tanner Rice. First pitch to the lefty, lines it into right field. Mid-Valley regains the lead. Hartzell's first base hit makes it a 5-4 score. Mid-Valley in front. Runners at first and second, still nobody out. RBI single for Cooper Hartzell. That drives in Adam Rapay. Mid-Valley has led 1-0, 3-2, 4-2, and they now lead 5-4. Top of the 7th inning. First and second, nobody out. Peter Mendozona now will face Jace Lean, the left fielder. Lean is 0 for 1. First pitch, he was squaring to bunt, but takes for strike 1. Lean was the first batter to face Peter Mendozona. Back in the 6th inning, he struck out swinging. Defense comes playing in, looking for the bunt, and Lean will show again, but he takes low this time for a 1-1 count. You've got the shortstop covering third base to help with the possibility of maybe making a play at third on a bunt attempt to get the lead runner. So Derek Maben is way over, squaring to bunt, offering and missing. And Jace Lean will have a 1-2 count. Corner infielders will back up. Now with 2 strikes against Lean, they expect that he'll be swinging away. Umpires will shift. The 1-2 delivery coming up from Mendozona. Scoring to bunt again. Lean puts it foul, and he'll foul out on a 2-strike bunt attempt.
Now batting number 8, Brandon.
So that is your first out. That'll be the 3rd strikeout for Peter Mendozona. Brendan Bliss had a RBI triple back in the 2nd inning. He is 1 for 2. Takes in the dirt for ball 1. Mid-Valley striking first here in the 7th, leading now 5-4. Trying to keep their season alive and advancing to Championship Wednesday tomorrow. A date with either Corvallis or Medford. Ball fouled away for strike 1. One pitch. Mendozona. Set. Runner going to third. Swing and a miss. Throw to second or third. No. And up to second base will go Hartzell. Stolen base for Kevin Crowell. Gets him into third. Just ahead of the tag. The double steal puts both runners into scoring position. The 1-2 pitch after the swing and a miss. It's outside. Evens the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Brendan Bliss, the 9-hitter. It's outside and the count goes full. Still just 1 out. No force out on the bases at the moment as the infield playing in with just the 1 away. The full count pitch walks the bases loaded. Second walk of the 7th inning for Mendozona, and a visit out to the mound again I think will be the end of his time on the rubber. We'll get a pitching change. Mendozona hands over the baseball, and I believe they will go to Jacob Mabin, the second baseman. We'll have all the switches for you when we come back. Bases loaded with one away, top of the 7th inning. Mid-Valley has taken the lead again, 5-4 on top of the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags here in the 7th. You're watching coverage of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups, and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
You're watching coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Broadcast coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley, building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. Call her at 541-671-5296 or visit her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians.
Back for the top of the 7th. It is a 5-4 ball game in favor of the Mid-Valley Southpaws. They've got the bases loaded with one out. Caleb Beach will be up next. He'll face the new pitcher, Logan Graber, who moves in from left field. And I believe they put Jacob Mabin out into left field. That's why he was running in to get a new glove. So Graber comes in from left field. Mendozona, I believe, goes to second. Looks to be the case. So, new pitcher will be the left fielder, Logan Graber, from
Now
Dallas
number
High
one,
School.
Caleb Beach.
So change is made. New pitcher on the mound, trying to keep it a one-run ball game. With the bases loaded and just one out, Graber's first pitch to the lefty, Caleb Beach, is out into left field. It's Jacob Mabin with the catch. His throw to the plate is offline. Another run will score. And the runner's kind of caught into no man's land. The throw to first base. Throw down to second. Can they get him? And they do. They'll finish out the inning at second, as Brendan Bliss tried to take off for first when the ball got by a little bit at the plate, and he is cut down at second. That'll end things. But 2 runs in here in the 7th, and it's 6-4. Mid-Valley leading as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Mid-Valley trying to advance on and take on either Corvallis or Medford tomorrow on Championship Wednesday. Back after this 60-second break, you're watching coverage of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com.
We're here until a champion is crowned. Follow every game from the state tournament on 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. And don't worry if you missed a game. Find our broadcasts archived online as well. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians. We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th for Dallas, number 6, Anthony Zellner.
Go to the bottom of the 7th, down to their final 3 outs here for the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags, trying to keep their season alive. Started out the tournament 2-0, but lost to Medford yesterday. Now on the verge of possibly losing back-to-back games and getting out of the tournament. And on the mound, it's Chase Reynolds throwing for Mid-Valley. And he fires high to Anthony Zellner to lead things off in the bottom of the 7th. A 1-0 pitch. I got a pull in my way. I didn't see what that hit. Did he just throw that all the way back? Just lost the handle on it. It looked to me like it ricocheted off of something, but I couldn't. I got the pull in my way. I didn't see it. So he throws that one just a bit outside. Comes back with a strike, though, on the 2-0 pitch. It just was very surprising to see how far that pitch was off, and I thought it must have bounced off of something. 2 balls and a strike now against Anthony Zellner, and he takes low and inside for ball 3. Chase Reynolds came on in the 6th inning. He walked his first batter to bring in the game-tying run at the time, but then was able to get the final out and get out of the jam. He's got a 3-2 count now against Anthony Zellner, who is 0 for 2. A 3-2 pitch fouled off. It stays a 3-2 count. Out of the windup for Reynolds, the 3-2. Ground ball, third base side, taken deep in the hole at short by Beach. His throw to first, just ahead. And the Mid-Valley fans, who have gotten loud here as the day has worn on, happy about that play by Caleb Beach. 6-3 the putout from deep in the hole at short. Just by a half step, able to beat out Zellner at first. One down. Jackson Holstad had a 2-run homer in the first. Lefty lines one into left field. That'll get in. He's going to look for 2. He's taking the turn, racing to the bag. He'll get in standing up. Chase Lean tosses it back into third base. A 1-out double for Jackson Holstad. Puts him into scoring position, but they need 2 runs. That means the game-tying run coming up to bat. Reynolds will face Jacob Mabin. 0 for 3 in the game. First pitch swinging, he fouls it away for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch here for Reynolds. Another foul ball for Mabin, and he's got an 0-2 count. Oh, 2 pitch here for Reynolds, trying to get out number 2. He's got his team within 2 outs of winning this ball game, but he misses low and outside. Another foul ball. The count stays 1-2 against Jacob Mabin, looking for his first hit against the SouthPaws in today's ball game. Looking for what would be his 5th hit of the tournament. The 1-2 from Reynolds. Ground ball right side, backhanded by Rapay. His throw to the pitcher covering first. They get the second out. Strong defense on the right side of the field. Chase Reynolds just beating Jacob Mabin to the bag. Mabin dove for it with a headfirst slide, came up short. Holstad moves to third in the process, but again, 1 run doesn't do it. They need 2, and Dallas is down to Treve Earhart, who is scheduled to hit. And it will come down to him. He is 2 for 3 in the game with a pair of singles and a run scored. First pitch, swing and a miss. The 0-1 delivery from Reynolds. Ground ball up the middle, gets through. The ball game continues. 1 run in. 3rd hit of the ball game for Treve Earhart. It's a big one, an RBI single to score 1. They had to get the first one out of the way. They do. The game-tying run now on at first base, 6-5. And Dallas in need of an extra base hit here, and it's Logan Graber. Now the pitcher started in left field, coming in midway through the game for Caden Reedhead. He struck out his first time up. He comes up here. He puts this ball into the air out to right field. This could do it. Calling for it is Kevin Crowell, and Mid-Valley moves on.
And that's the end of the ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
The post-20 Dirtbags go from playing to stay undefeated last night and move into championship Wednesday. And they go from that to out of the tournament in a matter of less than 24 hours. The Mid-Valley SouthPaws knock out the Dallas post-20 Dirtbags. We will not have a repeat matchup of the championship game last year. Mid-Valley moves on to face either Corvallis or Medford tomorrow, depending on the outcome of tomorrow's ball game. They'll play at noon tomorrow. If it's Medford, they'll need to win twice against the Mustangs to win the title. If it's Corvallis, they still need to win twice, but it'd be once against Corvallis and once against Medford. We'll have all the details as we continue on with our coverage from the state tournament here at Legion Field. We'll take a break. We'll come back with a quick post-game show and wrap up this one. Your final score, 6-5. The Mid-Valley SouthPaws knock out the Dallas Dirtbags and continue on in the state tournament. Back after this 60-second break here on 541radio.com.
We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Find more tournament information like scores, stats, game recaps, and updated schedules online at 541radio.com. Here's a look at the games on today's broadcast schedule. Remember, every game from the state tournament will be broadcast on 541radio.com. Tournament coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
It's going to be Mendozona takes the... Well, we welcome you back here to Legion Field. Trying to figure out who's going to be our winning and losing pitchers in this ball game. I believe it's going to be Chase Reynolds that gets the win, and it's going to be Peter Mendozona that takes the loss in this contest for Mid-Valley and Dallas. Welcome you back, a 6-5 final score as we finish out game one of our day. And we get our first team that has made it on to Wednesday. That'll be the Mid-Valley SouthPaws, who knock out the Dallas Dirtbags by a score of 6-5. Taking a look at it, your final numbers: 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Mid-Valley SouthPaws. And Mid-Valley ends up leaving 11 runners on base. On the other side for the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags, 5 runs on 9 hits. They committed 1 error and left 8 men on base. 6-5 the final score. The winning pitcher in the matchup is going to be Chase Reynolds, who goes 1 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. He picks up the victory. Evan Cyrus started the game, went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks, no strikeouts. Taylor Holder pitched 2 2/3, picked up 5 hits and gave up 2 runs and 2 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts in his time on the mound. Taking the loss is going to be Peter Mendozona, who pitched an inning and a third, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. The 2 runs in the top of the 7th, credit to Mendozona. That put Mid-Valley back in front, 6-4 at the time. He took over for starting pitcher Braden Allison, who pitched 4 1/3 innings. Gave up 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Caleb Reed did pitch 2/3 of an inning in the middle there. He gave up 1 walk. That was his only stat line. Peter Mendozona came in, entered the game in the 5th inning, and actually make that the 6th inning, and pitched the inning in the 3rd, and then finishing out the 7th after Mendozona had given up the 2 runs. Logan Graber pitches the final 2/3 of the 7th inning. Didn't give up a hit or a run, no walks, no strikeouts. So that is the pitching lines for this one here today as the Mid-Valley SouthPaws continue on. They'll face either Medford or Corvallis in the game tomorrow at noon. If it's Corvallis, that means there's 3 teams tied with 1 loss. If it is Medford, that means the Mustangs win tonight, and the Mid-Valley SouthPaws would have to beat Medford twice in a row to win the state title. Mid-Valley's going to have to win twice tomorrow, one way or another. Taking a look at the offensive numbers. So first, let's take a look at how the game played out. A run in the top of the 1st inning from Mid-Valley on a double by Cade Parizeau started the scoring, put Mid-Valley up 1-0, but the Dirtbags scored 2 in the bottom of the 1st on a 2-run homer by Jackson Hallstad, and that made it a 2-1 lead for Dallas. But a run in the top of the 2nd inning tied the game at 2. That came on a double by Taylor Holder. Another run in the 3rd inning for the SouthPaws. That coming on a single by Caleb Beach. He hit it to second base. It kicked off the heel of Jacob Mabin. And able to score from second was the pinch runner Ezra Lopez. He had gotten to second base on a throwing error, so it was an unearned run against for the SouthPaws. An unearned run error in the 4th inning, but it came in on Caleb Beach's single. They led 3-2 at the time. They make it 4-2 with another run. They led after the 4th inning on the single by Caleb Beach. They led 4-2. Dirtbags got 1 back in the 5th, making it 4-3. That came on a sacrifice fly by Derek Mabin. And then they add another run in the 6th on a bases-loaded walk for Blake Aratola. And then in the top of the 7th inning, 2 runs come in for Mid-Valley. That made it a 6-4 score. Those 2 runs coming in, a single by Cooper Hartzell scoring 1, a sac fly by Caleb Beach scoring another. That made it 6-4. The Dirtbags got 1 back on the single by Treva Earhart, but that's all they'd get. 6-5, your final score. Offensive numbers: Beach 2 for 4 with 2 RBI and a run scored. Cade Parizeau 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Taylor Holder with an RBI on a 1 for 3 day. Hartzell 1 for 2. Evan Cyrus 1 for 2. Adam Rapay 1 for 3 with a run scored. Kevin Crowell 1 for 3 with a run scored. Tanner Rice 1 for 2. Bryce Ephraimson was 0 for 1 but a run scored after reaching on a walk. And Brendan Bliss 1 for 2 with an RBI. For the Dirtbags, 1 for 2 for Blake Aratola with an RBI. Derek Maben with a run scored after reaching and getting hit by a pitch. Anthony Zellner went 0 for 3. Jackson Holstad 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBI. 3 for 4 for Treve Earhart, who goes for a run scored and an RBI as well. And 1 for 2 for Eric Kessler with a run scored in the ball game. And 2 for 3 at the bottom of the lineup for Peter Mendozona. That is a look at your offensive numbers from this one. The Southpaws advance on. They'll face either Corvallis or Medford, the winner of our next contest coming up on 541radio.com, so stay with us. The tournament is working its way down to the final couple of teams. Our final day of the tourney coming up tomorrow, but we've got one more game to go here today. We'll have it for you. Game might start a little bit late because it was scheduled for a 3 o'clock start. It's almost 2:45. I think we'll probably start a little bit behind schedule, but we'll get the broadcast started a little bit early, and then we'll start broadcasting just before first pitch of our next game coming up. Final score again, 6-5. Mid-Valley advances over the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags to stay alive in the tournament. We'll have more coverage of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament coming up for you. We want to thank our sponsors, Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians, a proud supporter of local sports here in Douglas County, and also Little Caesars Pizza for a limited time. They've got their large 5-meat pizza with extra cheese only for $9, hot and ready to pick up from 4 to 8 o'clock. Back with another game coming up for you in just a little while, so stay tuned on 541radio.com, folks. You're watching coverage of the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament online at 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, local licensed broker here locally with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll talk to you again here real soon with our final game of day 4 of the tournament on 541radio.com.